Think about one person in your life, the one you gave the most to, the one you showed up for when nobody else did, the one you supported when their life was falling apart. Maybe you gave them your time, your energy, your patience, sometimes even your peace of mind. Now ask yourself something honestly. Where are they today? Are they standing beside you the way you once stood beside them? Or did they slowly drift away, become distant, or even turn against you? If that experience feels familiar, you're not alone. Because one of the most confusing kinds of pain people go through is realizing that the person they helped the most eventually becomes the person who hurts them the most. And when that happens, the question that keeps coming back is simple. How can someone you supported, protected, and sacrificed for walk away like you meant nothing? To understand this, you have to look at something deeper than just kindness or loyalty. Because helping someone doesn't just give them support, it also creates a mirror. A mirror that reflects a version of themselves they may not want to see. Think about it. When someone is struggling and you step in to help them, they feel grateful at first. They feel relieved. They feel supported. They feel like someone finally understands them. But over time, something subtle can start to happen. Every time they look at you, they're reminded of the moment in their life when they needed help. They remember a version of themselves that felt lost, weak, or dependent. And not everyone is comfortable carrying that reminder. For some people, it creates a quiet discomfort. Because your presence becomes a reflection of a time in their life they would rather forget. So instead of facing that feeling, their mind slowly begins to rewrite the story. They tell themselves the help wasn't that important. They convince themselves they would have figured things out anyway. Sometimes they even start believing you had some kind of hidden motive. Not because it's true, but because it's easier than admitting they once needed someone else. And when that new story takes hold, the relationship begins to change. Distance grows, coldness appears, and eventually, the person who once depended on you begins acting like you were never really important. But there's another layer to this. Sometimes when people receive something they feel they can never repay, gratitude slowly turns into pressure. Think about it. If someone helps you in a small way, saying thank you is easy. But when someone supports you during one of the hardest moments of your life, that creates a much bigger emotional debt. And not everyone knows how to live with that. Some people deal with that pressure by pulling away. Others deal with it by convincing themselves they never needed your help in the first place. Either way, the result often looks the same. They distance themselves from the very person who once stood by them. Now, here's the part that's important for you to understand. This doesn't mean your kindness was a mistake, but it does mean something about how relationships should work. When you build a relationship around being needed, the moment that need disappears, the connection often disappears with it. Because being needed is not the same as being valued. Real relationships are built on something different. Mutual respect, mutual effort, both people showing up for each other, not one person constantly carrying the weight. So the real shift isn't about becoming colder or less generous, it's about becoming more aware. Stop measuring relationships by how much someone needs you. Start paying attention to how someone treats you when they don't. Anyone can be warm when they need something, but the real character of a person shows up when they have nothing to gain from you. Do they still check on you? Do they still celebrate your success? Do they still value your presence? If they do, that's a real connection. If they don't, then what you lost wasn't a relationship, It was simply a role you were playing in their life. And one last thing. When someone walks away after everything you did for them, it doesn't mean you were naive. It doesn't mean your kindness was wasted. It simply means you gave something real to someone who didn't know how to hold it. And now you have the information you didn't have before. Which means next time, you won't just give your energy to the people who need it. You'll give it to the people who actually deserve it. If this made you see your relationships a little more clearly, subscribe to the channel. This is why.